The NBA draft wrapped up a couple days ago by the time you're watching this, and one of my biggest winners on the night were the Detroit Pistons. My reasoning for that comes down to literally one pick, that being their selection of Jaden Ivey with the 5th overall pick. I know they made a couple decent sized trades on the night, and I might take a look at this newly upgraded roster in some more depth in another video. But for today, I just really want to break down everything in this Ivey selection. I like everything about this pick for the Pistons, from the fit, to the talent aspect, to the newfound potential of Detroit's backcourt. It's starting to all come together for the Pistons, and that's what I'd like to break down in today's video. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content like this. But with that being said, let's talk about Jaden Ivey and the Detroit Pistons. Jaden Ivey is a 6'4", 195-pound explosive guard out of Purdue University, possessing innate athleticism and an incredible scoring ability. In his sophomore season with the Boilermakers, Ivey broke out, averaging 17.3 points and 3 assists, skyrocketing up the draft boards, and with his mother being a former WNBA player and now head coach at Division I school Notre Dame for the women's basketball program, Ivey has always been surrounded with talent to learn from. The biggest strength of his game is obviously his ability to get downhill and attack the basket. His athleticism and agility allowing him to blow by defenders with ease and get up to the rim to avoid shot blockers. However, what's most impressive is his ability to control that athleticism, slowing down and speeding up when needed, changing direction on a dime, and that shiftiness makes him so tough to defend. Ivey is also a high energy defender, though can be a bit streaky, but with his long wingspan, he is able to consistently disrupt ball handlers, something Detroit would love to have alongside Cade Cunningham. Though his defense isn't always perfect, it's got a lot of potential with his physical gifts, and is something Pistons fans can look forward to see develop. On that note though, let's take a bit of a deep dive into what Ivey's fit alongside Cade and Detroit's roster as a whole looks like, and why I'm so high on it. While Ivey can be a successful ball handler, with his athleticism, his ability to cut and create opportunities for himself off the ball will be crucial to him starring alongside Cade Cunningham and co, in similar respects to Jalen Green with Kevin Porter Jr. at times. His ability to sky at the rim also provides an element to the Detroit backcourt that they don't currently have, adding a layer of versatility to their offense. For example, we could see a lot more dribble handoffs or pin downs in Detroit's system to get Ivey attacking the rim downhill, which again isn't something that Detroit got very often out of their backcourt last season, with Cade being a more patient, crafty scorer than aggressive rim chaser. For example, look at this clip here of Ivey, just so you can get a feel of his athleticism. After an offensive rebound, he gets the ball back on the perimeter, and with that super quick and explosive first step, he gets right by his first defender. Now going downhill, pedal to the metal, he skies over the rim protector, using his body and ball control to prevent a decent shot contest. With that athleticism, he can finish over anyone, and he does exactly so with a soft yet tough finish, a couple feet from the basket. Again, you can see this in a dribble handoff here. Though this clip is not exactly a dribble handoff, but it is similar enough where you can see what he'd be like using this in a set at Detroit. The action gets Ivey on an angle to go downhill at max speed, and with his great handle and body control, he's able to finish easily at the rim before any defender can get there to block it. The fact he was doing this ridiculously well at the college level is great, but now it's just crazy to imagine what kind of opportunities he could get at the NBA level with NBA spacing, like having a guy like Saddiq Bey on his team now. As for the Pistons' point of view, utilizing Ivey as an off-ball cutter could be an elite for him, and also mesh really well with guys like Cade Cunningham. Cade's passing is extremely underrated, and Jaden Ivey is a very smart and powerful cutter, as you can see in this clip here. Imagining Ivey alongside the passing wizardry that Cade can possess in this situation is just so exciting to think about. The upside of this selection is truly incredible. Ivey is also pretty good out of the pick and roll, and taking a look at the Pistons roster, having him combined with a tough screen and roller like Isaiah Stewart or Jalen Duren adds further excitement to what this selection could mean for the Pistons. Overall here, all things considered offensively, the fit alongside Cade Cunningham appears to be really solid on paper. Obviously, Ivey isn't a fantastic shooter, only shooting 36% from 3 last season, so that could be a small detriment to their success as a backcourt, as well as Ivey being a bit of a streaky defender. But all in all, put them around some better defenders and good shooters, such as a guy like Saddiq Bey. I think the positives end up outweighing the potential negatives enormously in this situation. It's 1000% the right pick for Detroit, and should set them up really well in the long term. All in all though, the selection of Jaden Ivey creates an intriguing backcourt proposition for the Detroit Pistons, with Ivey's extreme athleticism and explosiveness. Generating increased efficiency and opportunities at the rim, Detroit's offense can add yet another layer as its young core continues to become more and more dynamic. Combine that with some sometimes streaky, but ever improving Saddiq Bey, the trade to land Jalen Duren, an exciting big out of Memphis, and of course Cade Cunningham's immense maturity, even as just a soon-to-be sophomore player, the future is looking incredibly bright in Detroit. Detroit were certainly major winners in this draft, and Jaden Ivey's selection exemplifies that completely. But that will conclude my analysis. Be sure to let me know all your thoughts on this selection for Detroit down in the comments below, and what your thoughts are of their draft as a whole. Are they big winners to you? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton. But with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.